positions on the fringe of the fringe of the fringe of the fringe. I've had Republican candidates in the past who I've come up against. Some from this town, some from other towns. As many commentators have said, that Republican Party sailed years ago. And I know that when I was first elected in 1992, and I'll look over at you, Matt, when I love to tell people in Rochester where, not that I remember, but I lost Rochester by 2 votes in 1992, which was like winning, trust me. And I would tell some of the hardcore Republicans in Rochester for years to come that the reason I get the honor of serving as their representative is because there were so many Republicans, as well as independents, clearly Democrats, who cast a ballot for me. And that's an important thing, I think, even in today's climate, for people to understand. And I know in Marc, that's how he's running this race. So let me say a few things about Marc. It's embarrassing, but when I first met him, he was a teenager. I was stopping by the house because Ray, where'd he go? There he is. Ray had volunteered to provide some old Bob Foster signs, roof racks, which no one uses anymore, thank God. And so I came walking up the driveway, first time I was ever at that house. And on the back deck, Marc was there. And I knew already, in a few words, this guy loves politics. And now look at his career. In many ways, and I'm not joking about this, he's much more qualified than I was when I first ran. He's got an incredible, diverse experience, which I think you know, but reflecting you being here. But he's done work at the municipal level, at the state level. He's a town official. He's been on the school committee. When he worked as the town manager in Plymouth, obviously he was responsible for putting budgets together. It's really something that makes me happy that the person who succeeds me, Marc, won't have any learning period. You do learn things, but no learning period about what the job involves. I've had the lieutenant governor, I've had colleagues tell me, oh, I know Marc already. He's known from his work at the state level on energy and environmental issues. And that's important because there are colleagues who take a long time to learn what the workings of the legislature are like. And so in Marc's case, that's not going to be what he needs. And the final thing I'll say is, why do you elect somebody to be the state representative, to speak in your name on critical votes? Because that's really what the job involves. Over the hundreds and thousands of votes that are cast, I am always mindful of the fact that thousands of people have said, look, we trust you for your judgment. None of us can say what the issues might be 5, 10, 15 years from now. I've certainly seen that in the time I've been in the legislature. The issues we deal with today could not have been predicted back then. So while the positions, of course, are important, what you have to do when you pick a candidate is look at the personal qualities, look at their character, look at their judgment. How do they evaluate things? How thoughtful are they? How careful are they? How measured are they? And in that, there really isn't any question in November. I promised I wouldn't talk about the other place on the ballot. But again, from what I've read, whoever the candidate is on the other side of the ballot in November, I know already is someone who doesn't express judgment, has positions sent to them by email or carrier pigeon. I don't know. I'm I'm going back in time. That's I apologize to all the carrier pigeon lovers. But in any case, this man has those qualities. He has that character. It's in his DNA. And so, without any hesitation, I urge you to do everything possible you can